Omagyanitamirandasya Gyananjanashlakaya Chakshudamritam Jaina Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Vandeham Shri Guruvaram Shrupanuga Pravaram Brajarasadasikanta Narayanam Tam Kripanam Shri Guru Charanam Vande Ramana Pristaya Bhuttade Rupanuga Bhaktiram Chakripamurti Narayanam Seva Kunje Brajaram Devavardhane Girosada Radha Kundiratanande Tat Seva Pradayakam Guru Narayanakyam Tam Vande Vinoda Pristakam Yat Parasmriti Matrena Dhamudara Prasidati Shri Krishna Chaitanya Pranitananda Shadvaita Garara Swasti Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Sabse pehle. First of all, I offer my obeisances countless times of my most worshipful Guru Padma. Param Aradhitam Astotrasta Shishmad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Shri Gurudev. Likewise, into the entire Rupanuga, Gaudiya Guru Varga, and all assembled devotees, please accept my loving arms. We've been hearing the glories of Lord Siva, who is present in his highest feature as Gopishwar Mahadev. We heard wonderful glories about him from the Vaishnavas over the last few days. So I'll do my best to repeat some things we've heard from Guru Vaishnavas. Tomorrow is the disappearance day of Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, who is Vaishnav Sarvabhauma. Vaishnav Sarvabhauma means he is like the emperor of all Vaishnavas. Sarvabhauma. Sarvabhauma means in all directions he is the leader. So he stayed in this world for over 140 years. And he had wonderful pastimes. We know him especially for his contribution of establishing the authenticity of Mahaprabhu's appearance place in Mayapur Dham. When he was brought, he was so old, he was 120, 30 years old, when he, even older than that when he came to Navadvip, Mayapur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur requested him to come. And he came all the way from Braj, and his sevak, Biharidas, carried him on a basket, like a wide basket, all the way for thousands of kilometers. He was a very strong sevak, a very nice sevak. And he was so old that his eyelids drooped over his eyes, so he could not see unless he held them up, or some sevak would hold them up. He was so old at that time. But still, when he appeared and came to Mayapur Dham, he jumped out of the basket and began to dump into the air 4 or 5 feet at a time, singing Jai Sacinandana Jai Gaura Hari. And for then, like 30, 40 days, they had a festival. All the sadhus and Vaishnavas from all over the different states, because he came from Braj. So it means so many other sadhus came from Braj, from Navadvip, from all over India, and celebrated the festival for this appearance of Mahaprabhu. It was like Mahaprabhu had reappeared in this world, because for many years, for over 100 years, Mahaprabhu's appearance place had been under the waters of the Ganga. So Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj showed the power of his ecstatic devotion, and also showed that the Vaishnavas, you should never consider them to be mundane mortals. Even though he appeared like an old man out of his pastimes, really he is ever youthful. Nitya Kishore Kishori. Therefore, when he appeared in Mayapur, he is Nitya Kishore in Gaur Leela, Nitya Kishore in Braj Leela. So externally they may I won't get into the pastime, it's a long pastime, but Hanuman, for Tulsidas, he appeared as an old man. When Tulsidas was searching for Ram, he heard you have to take shelter of the devotee. He was actually, Tulsi inspired him. He was serving Tulsi every day. Tulsi said, you want to find Ram, take shelter of the Bhakta, who is Ram's topmost Bhakta, Hanuman. How do I find Hanuman? Wherever Ram Katha is going on, Hanuman will be there. But how will I see him? Hanuman is very humble. If he's going to anywhere any Ram Katha is going on and Hanuman walks in, then will the Hari Katha continue? If Hanuman walked in now, we would all get up and offer pranam and welcome him, give him the seat. But he wants to hear Hari Katha. We want to speak. So if Hanuman appears like that, then everyone will give him the asan or be completely blown away. So Hanuman appears in the form of an old man, and he appears first, cleans the area, sits down. People think, when Hari Katha starts, then I should come. But Hanuman, before Harikatha starts, before Kirtan starts, he comes, he cleans, sits down, arranges everything, and then after everyone leaves, he cleans also, and then goes. Every festival Gurudev would go to, he would say, at the end, he would say, you should offer pranam to everyone who attended the festival, to everyone who organized the festival, to the person who has arranged this land for the festival, to the speakers of the festival, to the hearers of the festival. Like this. He said, so much honor you should have, understanding that wherever Harikatha is going on, that place is higher than Vaikuntha. Krishna says, Naham vasami Vaikunte yoginam hridayani cha mad bhakti yatra gayanti tatra tishtami narada. Oh, I do not stay in Vaikuntha. I do not stay in the hearts of the yogis. Wherever my devotees sing my glories, I am present there. So Hanuman, he appeared as an old man. And Tulsidas was, where is Hanuman? But he said, he heard. How do you find Hanuman? He comes first, he leaves last, and he will appear like an old man. So he grabbed onto his feet, and then Hanuman revealed, after he prayed again and again, no, I know who you are. He said, no, I'm just an old man, very feeble, I cannot do anything. But Hanuman can jump over the whole ocean, like this. But he's appearing like an old man. So Jagannath Maharaj could think, 130-year-old man, how can he jump 4 feet in the air? But he's Nitya Kishore. So this is not an amazing thing. Nakarma bandhanam vaishnavanam vidyate vishnu arucharatvam hi moksha mahor manisanad. Never consider the Vaishnavas to be any mundane personality or in any mundane caste. It said, Vaishnave jati buddhi yasya narakisa. If you think Guru is mundane, Vaishnava is mundane, you are in hell already. Your mentality is hellish mentality. So we should never think these Vaishnavas are ordinary. Therefore we pray to them as Vaishnava Sarvabhauma. Also it is the minister of Raksikananda Prabhu and Bhaktivedanta Madhava Goswami Maharaj. So we'll hear more about their glories. I'll just speak for a few minutes about some of Shiva Tattva that Gurudev would explain. We heard some nice stories. So there's two sides. One side is said that Krishna says, Yanti deva vrata devan pitrin yanti pitrivata bhutani yanti buddheja yanti madhyajinobimam. If you worship the devas, you go to the devas. You worship the ancestors, you go to the ancestors. Worship the ghosts and spirits, you go to the ghosts and spirits. But you worship me and you come to my dham. And yad gatvana nivartante dham paramam mama. If you come to my transcendental abode, you will never have to return to samsara. So Krishna therefore says, do not worship the devas. And it is also said in Harinam Chintamani, to equate the devas with Lord Vishnu or Krishna and to consider them to be equal is an offense to the holy name. It's also said, Bhajanti yata devan abhitathaiva chanchayeva karma sujiva sadhavo dinavatsala. That you should take shelter of the sadhus, the Vaishnavas, because they are dinavatsal. They are compassionate towards all the low and downtrodden jivas. But if you worship the devas, it said they give you a result according to your worship. Chayeva karma sajiva, like a shadow. You worship them, you get a result according to your method of upasana worship. They do not consider if this is good for you or not. So then should we worship Lord Siva or not? Then the question comes. However, what do our acharyas state? Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Vrindavana vinipate jaya soma soma mole sanaka sanandana sanatana naratedya gopishvara brajavilasa yugam padme prema prayacha nirupadi namo namaste. That even the gopis pray to him. Prema prayacha nirupadi namo namaste. Please give me this prem for Yugal Kishore Radha Krishna. So the question is, how do we approach him? If we approach him as, it said, Swatantra Ishwar, an independent Lord, separate from Krishna, then we will be cheated. We will cheat ourselves. But if we understand he is Vaishnavanam Yata Shambhu, Shambhu is the topmost Vaishnava, then by serving him appropriately, then you can get great benefit. Otherwise, you'll be cheated. People say, I will offer Shiva my marijuana, I'll offer Shiva my alcohol, and then I will drink his prasad. But prasad means the object of worship has accepted it and then given his remnants. But Shiva never accepts it unless he is Vaishnava. Vaishnava will not take anything unless it's Krishna prasad. And Krishna doesn't take these things. Krishna only takes nirgun prasad, goras. Krishna takes fresh fruit juice. They don't give Krishna wine. This is only for those in tamagun. So if you want to offer something to Shiva, you have to give him Krishna Prasad. Therefore, how do we worship Gopishwar Mahadev? First we offer Prasad to Thakurji, Bhoga. First we offer Bhoga, then we take that Prasad and we can offer to Gopishwar Mahadev or Lord Shiva. Otherwise we do not. In other Vaishnava Sampradayas, they are so strict, they will not even enter a Shiva temple. In the Ramanuja Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya, they would rather die or give up their life than enter a Shiva temple. We heard the story of Kaku Sandi, how the Ramanujacharya, the Sri Vaishnava, he was ready to lose his life rather than worship Lord Shiva. But in our line, we understand the speciality of him, and that's why Srila Gurudev established Shivratri. In many other mats, they don't even honor Shivratri, they don't fast, they don't glorify or hear his glories. But Srila Gurudev established this book, Shiv Tattva, and he established the glories and the different levels of understanding of Lord Shiva. So really, only by Gurudev's grace we understand that without Gopishwar Mahadev's mercy, we cannot even enter Braj. Vrindavana vanipate jaya somam somam vale sanaka sanandana sanatan narad Gopishwara brajavilas yugangri padme. We pray to him that, please, you can give prem for Yugangri Padme, the beautiful lotus feet of Sri Radha Krishna Jugal, the divine couple. He can bestow that prem. So therefore we have to understand these subtle details. What is the difference? And the main thing is, what is our sadhya? What is our goal in worshipping? We have to consider and understand this and come to the proper position or develop our proper sadhya goal. Gurudev said, first know the goal, then you can find the process to get there, or you can develop a practice to get to the object of your desired attainment. So when we are honoring the Vaishnavas, it is said like when we serve the devotees, we serve the devotees to please Thakurji, to please Mahaprabhu, to please Radha Krishna. It's not that individually we're trying to make some connection, relation, and they will be happy and pleased with me. It's said that people who worship independently Shiva, they think that they're going to get some benefit, but ultimately they're only collecting anarthas. They think it's artha, they think it's wealth. Artha means something with value. They think it's something valuable. And they do very difficult austerities. We hear the demons, they do tamasic upasana. It is said in the Gita, Kleshadika tarastesham avyakta sakta chetasam avyakta nidhanameva thaka paridhevana. This kind of upasana is very painful. Krishna says in the Gita, it even gives pain to the Atma. Some demons, they do worship, they're like cutting off their arms, cutting off their legs, again and again, sacrificing flesh and blood to Shiva. Who is this pleasing? And then what do they ultimately want? There's a story Vaishnavas tell that there was one man who did worship of Shiva for a very long time. And finally, after a very long time, Shiva was pleased. And he said, I'll grant you what you desire. So he said, I want that whatever I touch turns to gold. Whatever I touch turns to gold. So he said, Tathastu. So it said, as you wish. But the problem is that, Chayeva karma sachiva, you don't know what will happen. You're praying for this thing. But therefore, Gurudev was very merciful. Gurudev said, you go to Giriraj, you have many material desires, but no problem, I will tell Giriraj. Gurudev said, I have veto power. I can cancel your wish. And I will say only, please, Nija Nikata Nivasam Dehi Govardhanatam. Please, Pramada Madanalila Kandare Kandare Te. So we need to be under the shelter of Vaishnava who can check our material desires. Otherwise, if we worship the Devas or any personality for these mundane things, then we think we're getting something valuable. Ultimately, it only leads to our downfall. This person got the boon that whatever he touched turned to gold. And then he was thinking, great. Then after he started touching everything in his house, the walls gold, the chairs gold, the floor gold, the table gold. And then after a while he got hungry from touching so many things. He got hungry, sat down for his meal, called his servant, okay, bring me my lunch. Touch the apple, gold. Touch the rice, gold. Touch the roti, gold. Touch the drink, gold. You can eat it? Then he was like a little perplexed. Then his son came running. He said, no, don't come. The son jumped in his lap, embraced him, but gold. Wife gold, hands gold, then he himself gold, that's dead. So this is anartha. We think we're getting something valuable and ultimately we just get something that is foolish and material. We heard many other stories about this. So we don't worship Lord Shiva for these material things. We hear the story of Bhashmasur. Bhashmasur worshipped Shiva for so long. Why? He only wanted to enjoy Shiva's Shakti, Parvati. Most people in this world, they only worship for Lakshmi. They don't worship Narayan. They worship Shiva for Parvati, to enjoy his Shakti, not to serve. And Bhasmasura, as soon as he got the boon from Shiva, that whatever he touched would explode, then he ran towards Shiva. You're running towards me, you are worshipping me. Now you want to touch me and kill me. Why? Oh, I want to steal your Parvati. So this is why mundane people do this kinds of worship. Only for Kanaka Kamini Prastitista Bhagani. They said that a Vaishnava, if he has desire for Kanaka Kamini Pratishta, then they can never be a Vaishnava. This means desire for wealth, Kanaka Kamini, beautiful women, or some kind of like this, beautiful followers, Kanaka Kamini Pratishta, name and fame. Then they're never Vaishnava. They can never be considered a Vaishnava. Dushtaman Tumi Kishra Vaishnava. All your so-called display of being a Vaishnava is only deceit and hypocrisy. Therefore, Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada said, Kanaka Kamini Pratishta Bhagani Chadiya Chejar Sheto Vaishnava Se Anashakta Se Shuddha Bhakta. That Vishaya Sakala Seva Mahadav. With everything, just serve Krishna. Kamini Rakam Nahi Tavadham Tahara Malik Kevala Jadav. Until you can give up these desires, you can never be a Vaishnava. So if you're worshipping Shiva with these kinds of desires, then they'll only destroy themselves. Ultimately, Bhashmasur, by the Lord's Maya, he ended up touching his own head and exploding his own head. So for thousands of years, all this austerity, what was the gain? Therefore, we don't want to worship in that kind of mode. But on the other hand, unless we take shelter of Gopishwar Mahadev and gain his permission, then we cannot enter Braj. Because once he became Gopishwar Mahadev, then Purnamasi gave him that seva, that you will purify the jivas and give them entrance into Braj. Therefore we have to take a shelter. We heard many sweet pastimes of Gopishwar Mahadev. We hear, what is this Shiv Tattva? That Shiram Yatad Divikara Visheshi Yodgat Sanjayate Nahi Tatha Pratagesti Heto Yasham Bhutam Api Tatha Samuhaiti Karyat Govindamari Purusham Namaham Bhajami. We worship him knowing that he is just the manifestation of Krishna's own power. It said whenever we worship any other avatar or any deva, we understand they are only coming from Krishna. Even all the devas, they are all the bhutis or opulences of Krishna. Even Lord Ram, Ramadi Murti Suksa, even Lord Ram is coming from Krishna. So therefore we worship Krishna, Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Throughout the world people worship the sun, they worship Ganesh, they worship Shakti, Devi, they worship Shiva, but this is all ignorance. It's said in the Gita, Yavan Artha Udapane Savatta Samtutotake Tavan Sarveshu Vedisu. That there's no need to go to 1,000 different wells to gather water if you can get everything from one reservoir. So he said, don't worship the different devas, you worship Krishna. And in the Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma establishes, he said, I meditate upon that sun, who is manifested from Sri Krishna Govinda, who is coming from Krishna's Shakti. I meditate upon Ganesh, who is also from Govinda. And then he says, Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. He doesn't say Ganesha Adi Purusham, Shiva Adi Purusham. He worships only Govinda and then understands everything in relation to him. Then we can understand all of their different natures as the Vaishnava, as the Bhakta. Or else we will just be cheated. So Gurudev gives this example that Krishna is like the milk and Shiva is like the yogurt. So milk can become yogurt, but yogurt cannot come back into the form of milk. So Shiva is one kind of vikar or transformation of the energy of the Lord. It said, Linga yonyatmika maya iha maheshvara praja. That when the Lord desired to expand into the material universes, then Lord Shiva appeared. And Shakti, or in the form of Yoni, and Linga appeared as the generative principle. And then from them, iha maheshvara praja, everything manifested. So they are like, in one sense, like mother and father. And therefore we honor them as mother and father, but not as God. We honor them according to their appropriate place. But then we know also what is the highest dimension or the highest feature of Gopishwar, that when Krishna desired to perform Ras, then Srimati Radhika appeared from his left side and Gopishwar Mahadev appeared from his right side. Gurudev explains this. So therefore we can understand how exalted he also is. That Srimati Radhika appeared and immediately began to run towards Krishna. Radhavati ati Radha. That she began to run Bhavati with Rag, great love towards Krishna, to satisfy his desires for Ras. And then the Ras Leela manifested. But at the same time, simultaneously, Gopishwar Mahadev manifested. Gurudev writes this in the Shiv Tapa book. Therefore, how glorious and how exalted Lord Shiva in this feature is. So therefore, we always honor and respect him and pray as Gopishwar, because without Lord Shiva, there's no way for us to rid ourselves of our tamasic nature. Lord Shiva is the only personality who will cleanse all our tamagun nature. We hear from the Vaishnavas that, Ordinary, if people come, then most gurus, if you're very dirty, very bad character, very bad nature, then they won't accept you. But Shiva gives acceptance to everyone, all the lowest natured jivas. All the bhutas, pretas, spirits, ghosts, everyone. They are given shelter by Lord Shiva, and they are gradually purified. Why? Because Shiva is always absorbed in Hari Kirtan and Hari Katha. So we can imagine, when Lord Shiva is singing Kirtan, all the ghosts and Rakshasas and demons, they also dance. But their nature is that they cannot help themselves. They are smoking and drinking and doing all these things. But Shiva is peaceful. He is Bolanath, Ashutosh. He is not disturbed. He is so compassionate that he gives place to all the lowest natured people. You can imagine, like, if your associates, like, you have millions of these associates who are all like bhutas, prets, ghosts, spirits. You see one and then you're like turn white and pass water in fear. But he's surrounded by millions of them all the time. He's not disturbed. Not only that, but he is putting... Why also do we worship Lord Shiva? We understand that he is showing the importance of this tyag, renunciation. It's said in the Gita, Tyagat Shanti Nirantaram. Without renunciation, you'll never get peace. And he says, without peace, you cannot get happiness. So Shiva, what is he doing? He was living very peacefully in the forest, in the woods, but Parvati, Sati said, oh, I want a house, a nice home. And then he arranged Lanka to be created, a beautiful golden city. But then they had to do, he said, before we enter, we have to do some yagya. Without yagya, nothing will be auspicious. So then he called Ravan, who was at that time Brahmin, son of a great Brahmin. He did the yagya afterwards. Ravan was very greedy for Lanka. So he said, where's my dakshin? Shiva said, I have no money, nothing. Even though he is Shiv Shambhu, even though he's created everything, he said, oh, I have nothing. So he gave him Lanka. And then he went back and he lives only in the cremation ground. And he takes all the ashes from the burnt bodies and smears it on his own skin, showing ultimately everything will return to dust. He said, be detached. Be nirapeksha. Nirapeksha na hoile dharma rakshana jai. We work so hard to construct so many edifices in this world. But ultimately everything will crumble. The only thing that can go with us is papa or punya, or we can, and by this we'll continue suffering. But if we want to transcend this cycle, then we must form Hari Bhakti. And Shiva is always engaged in Hari Bhakti. He's always engaged in Bhakti to Krishna. He's always meditating and worshipping Krishna. He's always, even, what's the proof of this? Shiva wants that everyone remembers that he is a Vishnu Bhakta. Why? How can they? Therefore Shiva says, you bring the Ganga on my head. This is Vishnu's footbath water. Otherwise people will say Shiva is equal to Vishnu. So if Shiva doesn't want that, so he says, no, you put the Ganga water on my head, always. And you can see all these pictures of Shiva. He always has Ganga on his head. This is showing that he is always keeping the lotus feet, the footbath water of Lord Vishnu on his head, Vishnu Padudaka. And he's showing the path that only by taking this Charnamrita on our head can we be happy. He said that Naisang Matistava Rukramangrim Sprisatyanartha Marartha Mahiyasam Padara Jobhisekam Niskinchananang Navrintiyavata. Prahlad said, unless you become Niskinchan, you can never be happy and you can never be detached from Maya. And what is the process to become Niskinchan? You must smear your body, anoint your body with the dust from the feet of the Vaishnavas, with the water that has bathed the feet of the Vaishnavas. Therefore Shiva is teaching us this, and he's teaching us to be renounced. And then he's also cleansing our anartas, that if you want to cleanse your anartas and your tamasic, your nature, then you must learn to follow this difficult practice of sadhana with detachment. And therefore when we see, as he appeared as Adi Shankar, as Sankaracharya, in his granthas, he established deep renunciation. He wrote famous books called Moha Mudgar and Moha Kutar, which means the hammer that smashes people's material attachments and the axe that cuts through the material attachments. And you read these verses and each one is like a thunderbolt striking at the heart. And the Vaishnavas themselves honor these granthas and will publish them also. And in each verse, also we know that he established Mayavad, impersonalism. By the instruction of Krishna, he said, establish the Asat Sastra, means the temporary bogus religion. And we see 99% of so-called religions are worshipped following this kind of impersonalism. They say the Lord is Nirakar. He has no features, therefore you don't need to worship him. Just enjoy this world. Ultimately you're God, everyone's God, we're all God. Enjoy one God eating another God, one fish eating another fish. And what's the problem? Just enjoy, eat, sleep and be merry. Everyone's following this kind of religion. And Shiva established this, but also, if you look, he put not even hidden in plain sight. Everywhere he says, Govinda Bhaja, Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda Munamate. It says foolish mind, foolish person. Muda means you're very foolish. Therefore worship Govinda, worship Govinda, worship Govinda. Everywhere he writes that. Even this verse, Kamala dhala jala jivana talamala. He writes it in his own words, saying life is hanging like a drop of water about to fall off a leaf. It's like a lotus leaf and there's a drop of water hanging on the tip. He writes this in his Mohamudgar. He said it's about to fall off. At any second it will fall off. But still we're clinging on and we're so attached. Even though it's like we're being sucked out by the force of gravity. We cannot hold on. But still we're holding on so tightly and struggling so hard to collect wealth, to get a higher position. Still, we know we're going to die. Everything's going to leave us. But still we're so attached. Therefore Shiva says, fool, bhaja Govinda, bhaja Govinda, bhaja Govinda munamate. Worship Govinda. He says it everywhere. In every sloka, he repeats this 3 times. Bhaja Govinda, bhaja Govinda, bhaja Govinda. Whatever you say 3 times means you must do it. And he says it not 3 times. He has like 50 verses. And each line he says it 3 times. So he says that over 150 times. Bhaja Govinda, bhaja Govinda. So who is saying that he is teaching impersonalism? He's teaching that for the foolish divas who are already in Maya, who are only trying, if they come to the Vaishnavas, they will try to enjoy the Vaishnavas, enjoy Krishna, disturb, like Sankachud came, and instead of being inspired to serve in the Ras Leela, he only wanted to kidnap the gopis and enjoy them. So for people like Sankachuda, Shiva establishes Mayavad. So we should think, people who are Mayavad, they have no adhikar, no eligibility now to worship Krishna in this Yuga Upasana. Until they cleanse their heart of this anartha, of wanting to be the Purush, of enjoying as Krishna, then they cannot enter this. But Gopishwar Shiv shows us, Chodata Purush Abhiman. First give up your Purush Abhiman, then you can Kinkari Hoilokan. Then you can become the maidservant of Radha and Krishna. Shiva shows this as he himself transforms into the highest he shows through his, on one hand through his sadhana, even though we know he's always Gopishwar Mahadev. But still he shows through his sadhana how to give up Purush Bhav, give up this mood of being the enjoyer, independent from Krishna, and realize I am only to be enjoyed by Krishna. I am only to be the beloved or the servant, the devotee. And then it said that he jumped in the Jamuna, bathed in the Jamuna, and washed off all this Purush Bhav nature. By Purnamasi's mercy, then he appeared as Gopishwar Mahadev. So he's showing us this process. Give up all attachments to this world. With his hammer that smashes attachments, and with his axe that cuts through all our material attachments and illusion, he said, wealth, family, husband, wife, children, this happiness is temporary, and it's a fool's errand to try to seek after this. Therefore give it up, he said. Give it up, give it up, give it up. Like I gave up Lanka without a second thought, even a golden city. He said without a second thought, he gave it up. Without a second thought. Therefore we pray today to Lord Shiva, to Gopishwar Mahadev, that we can follow his path and we can understand what is the path of the Shuddha Vaishnavas. And we can take these lessons from him and try to walk on this path. Otherwise, we will be cheated. Gelo Jedivas Nasibayar Eve Krishna ki upai. When Gopakumar got the mantra from his guru and started to chant it, afterwards he took on so many responsibilities. He became a king and he was taking care of his kingdom. He became Indra, was taking care of heaven. Again and again his guru would come and say, why are you taking on these foolish responsibilities that have no relation to your soul? Give it up. You have not chanted your mantra, you have not meditated, you have not chanted your Harinam. All this is useless activities. Completely give it up. We have not come to this world to construct many things in edifices, Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada said. Until we develop this Krishna prem, then our life is useless. So we pray to Gopishwar Mahadev that we can develop this sense of urgency, intensity in our bhajan. Like Mahaprabhu said, Prem dhan bina vyartha daridri jivan. My life is useless without this wealth of prem. Therefore we pray, Das kori vedan mori dhiya premadan. Make me your servant and please give me this prem. So therefore we pray, Prema prayacha nirupari namo namaste. We offer pranam again and again to Gopishwar Mahadev and say, Prema prayacha nirupari. Give me this nirupadi prem. Nirupadi means completely pure. Upadi means material designations. As long as we have these material designations, this Purush Bhav, any kind of Bhav, Stri Bhav, Purush Bhav, doesn't matter. It's all the nature of trying to be separate and enjoy separately from Krishna and exploit everything in this world. This is all Purush Bhav. Whether you're a Stri or whether you are externally male or female, doesn't matter. Purush Bhav doesn't mean, a man. And Stri doesn't mean a woman. In this world, everyone is now like Purush. Because everyone is trying to enjoy each other, separate from Krishna and exploit one another. This means the Purush Bhav. So until you give this up, then you can never enter Braj. So therefore we say Gopishwar Prema Pracha Nirupadi Namo Namaste. Nirupadi means completely spotlessly pure, naked, completely clean. Then you can become under the footstep follower of Gopishwar Mahadev and enter. Because that is, and you'll realize that is my eternal wealth. That is my eternal position. But simply I have to cross over this river of my anarthas. Hare Krishna. Vanchakapatribhasya kripasindhubhyascha pitanan pavanam Vishnu Govardhan.
Om Jnana-Tinkarnasya Jnananjana-Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadadaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Vandeham Shri Guru Varam Shri Rupanupravaram Vrajavasasikam Cha Narayanam Tam Prapannam Shri Guru Charanam Vande Ramana Pesthaya Bhutale Rupanu Bhaktidam Cha Kathamurti Narayanam Vrindavan Manipate Soma Mole Sanaka Sanandan Sanatan Naraditya Gopishwar Rajalasi Ulani Padme Prem Pracha Nirupadi Namo Namaste. So first of all, I offer my Antandal Pranam at the lotus feet of our spiritual masters, Lila Prishtam Vishnupad Stotra Sada, Srimad Bhaktivedanta Shri Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, and Nikalila Prishtam Vishnupad Stotra Sada, Srimad Bhaktivedanta Shri Vaman Goswami Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, the entire Rupanuk Gaudiya Guru Varga, especially the guardian of all devotees, Sriman Shiv Thakur himself. So, it is a duty of every sadhak that he identifies himself as being the disciple of his Guru Maharaj. This is his ultimate identification. Even when he is in the spiritual world, he identifies himself as being a servant, a maidservant of his Guru Maharaj. But we say in this world, our Guru Maharaj, how did he appear? Vaishnavas have kindly described the series of events that led to Srila Gurudev's appearance in this world. We've been hearing Srila Gurudev's father, Baleshwarnath Tiwari, and his mother Lakshmi Devi are very devout Shri Vaishnavas. And so was Gurudev's grandfather, Dhyan Chandra Tiwari. So there was a sadhu who would come to Srila Gurudev's house every day. He would speak so much Harikatha because Srila Gurudev's father was a very pious man. So therein he said that Shiv Thakur was very angry when Sati Devi gave up her body. So what was the reason? Because now Shiv Thakur did not have anyone to speak Harikatha to. Therefore he was very angry, and the day of Mauni Amavasya was the day that Shiv Thakur broke his trance, because Vishnu and Brahma, they appeared. Vishnu and Brahma appeared and they convinced him, persuaded him to give up his maun, his vow of silence. And a few days after that, on this day of Shivaratri, he married the daughter of the Himalayas, that is Parvati Devi herself. And this way, his desire to speak Harikatha was again kindled. This way, he could again speak Harikatha to his dear consort. Similarly, the sadhu said that both of you are very pious souls, but I can see that you have a very eager desire, that you wish that pure devotee will appear in your house and speak Harikatha to both of you. So then, Srila Gurudev's mother, Srimati Lakshmi Devi, she said, I don't want any son who will steal our time away. This was the same answer that Yashoda Maya gave to Nanda Baba, saying that if I have any son, he will only steal my service away to Sri Vishnu, Sriman Narayan. Therefore, I don't desire any son. But as we know, she begot a son who was Narayan himself. Similarly, Srila Gurudev's parents also desired a son who would increase their mood of love and devotion towards lotus feet Sriman Vishnu. Therefore, what did the sadhu say? That on this day of Shivaratri, you must completely absorb yourselves in praying to Sri Shiv Thakur. that a great devotee appears in your lives and that he blesses you. And the whole day you need only do this, and I will bless you both. A great soul will appear in your home. So what happened? On that day of Shivaratri, Srila Gurudev's father and his mother continuously read the Bhagavad Gita, all the verses, memorizing all of them, and continuously meditating on them. And then what happened? Especially on the last 4 segments of the night, from 6 to 9, 9 to 12, 12 to 3, and 3 to 6 in the morning, they continuously prayed to Shiv Thakur and bathed in the Ganga. And then what happened? Because of the fruit of observing Shivratri that day, what happened? They saw that there was this group of devotees walking towards their homes, walking towards their home. And what happened? Amongst all those devotees who were performing Sankirtan and walking towards their home, one devotee was especially very effulgent, had a very nice golden complexion. He entered the womb of Srimati Lakshmi Devi. Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvi Girdhari Shri Radha. So this way he entered the womb of Srimati Lakshmi Devi, and as we know, on that day, Shri Pandit Mishra Ji, the Kul Purohit of Srila Gurudev, he said that now a great devotee is being born to you. He shall be named Sriman Narayan. And as you know, Srila Gurudev's grandmother desired that he be called Bholenath. So this way, we see that Srila Gurudev's very appearance in this world was foretold by whom? It was foretold by Sri Shiv Thakur himself. And we can see how much love Srila Gurudev had, the lotus feet of Sri Shiv Thakur. Even during his last preaching tour in 2010, Srila Gurudev, when he was in Mauritius, there he went to this temple of Sri Shiv Thakur, there in Mauritius also. There's a very nice photo report of that tour, where Srila Gurudev, he's offering a very nice coconut, and he's bathing Shiv Thakur's linga with the coconut water, and then he's doing parikrama, catching hold of Madhav Maharaj, Brajnath Prabhu. He's doing parikrama 4 times of Shiv Thakur's linga while he's chanting this mantra, Vrindavana Vinipate, Jai Som Som Mole, Sanaka Sanandan, Sanatan Naraditya, Gopi Shraddha Judasi, Bhangri Padme, Prem Prem Chanil Padi, Namo Namaste. This way he's doing parikrama. Then he's also offering many prayers to Nandi. So then, Vrinda Didi, she asked Srila Gurudev, why did you offer prayers to Nandi? So then Srila Gurudev said that he blesses us, that we have the mercy and blessings of his master. And who is his master? None other than Gopishwar Mahadev himself, who can bless us with this Braj Prem. And then this was the same Katha that Srila Gurudev, he spoke such similar Katha outside the temple of Lokanath Mahadev also in Jagannath Puri. There also he visited the temple and then he told the devotees, what do you desire? Do you desire to be a Vaikunthavasi? He said, no. Do you desire to be a queen in Dwaraka? No. A das in Vrindavan? No. A sakha? No. Do you want to be a devotee of Vatsalya Bhav? No. Do you want to be a maidservant to Srimati Radhika? Yes. Everyone said yes loudly. And then Srila Gurudev said, then pray to Sri Mahadev, pray to Shiv Thakur. He can bless you with this prem, he said. And then he said, if you see, even in the pastimes of Sri Radha and Krishna, even there's this one place, he said, near Barsana, called Kadamba Kandi, there, it is said that Srimati Radhika gave her a necklace to Shiv Thakur. And this way, Shiv Thakur himself worshipped Srimati Radhika there, as we know. So, and then he became Nandishwar Parvat. So, Srila Gurudev spoke such pastimes. And then he, as we know, when he speaks on the pastimes of Sri Shiv Thakur also, he speaks on the Tattva of Shiv Thakur also. That Shiv Thakur, he can be seen from 3 viewpoints. One is Tattvagat Vichar. What is Tattvagat Vichar? Just as there is Krishna and then Baldev and then Mool Sankarshan and then Mahasankarshan and then Garbhodakshay, Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Shirodakshay Vishnu. Similarly, there's even Sadashiva who's residing there in Vaikuntha. But when we see that the Namaparad, it is said that Krishna should not be considered, Shiva should not be considered to be the same as Krishna. So who is this Shiva actually? It's not Sadashiva. This Shiva is more like Rudra. He is this Shiva that is not to be considered to be the same as Krishna. And then Srila Gurudev said that when you see, when you try to categorize consciousness, Chetanta, there is Swatantra Chetanta, independent consciousness, and Paratantra Chetanta, dependent consciousness. So he said that all the Baddha Jivas and all the Mukta Jivas, they all come under even Brahma himself, they come under the category of this Paratantra Chetanta, that is dependent consciousness. But in this category of independent consciousness, there is Vishnu himself, and also Shiv Thakur. He is also under this category of Swatantra Chetanta. But still, there is another classification. Vishnu is never in contact with Maya, but it is said that Shiv Thakur, he is in contact with Maya to a little degree. Just as you dye a cloth, if you take a cloth and you dye it, let's say in saffron, the cloth itself is not saffron, but when it's dyed, it becomes saffron. Similarly, Shiv Thakur himself, when he performs his activity of destruction in the mode of ignorance, it seems that he has absorbed this mode of ignorance, but still it is separate from him. And then Srila Gurudev gave this example that there is fire itself. Fire is who? Shri Vishnu himself. And then there is smoke. Smoke is like Brahma. Brahma is in the mode of Rajogun. And Shiv Thakur, he performs his function in the mode of Tamagun. So why is Shiv Thakur considered superior to Brahma when Brahma is in a higher mode? So Brahma is like this smoke which can cause tears to one's eyes. It is not in itself very pure, but wood is very dry, and at any time you can set fire to the wood and it will burst into flames. So he said Shiv Thakur, he belongs to this category, where he performs this he performs this function of destruction in a very transparent manner. At the same time, he can also distance himself from this act of destruction. So this way, Srila Gurudev also he said that when Mahavishnu looks towards Maya for the purpose of creation, his drishti, his sight, a semblance of his drishti and abhas takes the form of Shambhulinga. And at the same time, the semblance of Rama Devi is who? Durga Devi. And by their union, creation takes place. So this way, from the viewpoint of Tattvagat Vichar, Shiv Tattva is very complex, he said. He said Shiv Tattva is as complex as Krishna Tattva itself and as Jiva Tattva. But then, if you want to have an easier understanding, you can see that there is Aishwaryagat Vichar. And in Aishwaryagat Vichar, we can see how Narad Rishi went to Shiv Thakur and he prayed that you are the topmost devotee of Bhagavan, glorified him in so many ways, saying you can only perform those functions that others cannot. But then Shiv Thakur, he said, really, I am not Krishna's topmost devotee. Because you see, those people who have worshipped me, they have performed certain activities that are not favorable, that have become very unfavorable towards Krishna, even try to harm him. Therefore, if a servant does any offense, the master feels he is responsible. Like Brahma, you see. Brahma himself felt that he was responsible for so many actions his servants did. For instance, Indra, when he tried to destroy Vrindavan, Brahma felt responsible. When Varun Dev kidnapped Nanda Baba, Brahma felt responsible. When Yam Maharaj kidnapped the son of Sandipani Muni, Brahma felt responsible. When Shankachuda tried to harm the gopis, who was Shankachud? He was a friend of Kuber. And who was Kuber? He was the servant of Brahma. So Brahma felt responsible. And this way even we see that when Banasur tried stealing the cow away, Brahma felt responsible. And at the same time, he also felt responsible when Kaliya tried to disturb Krishna. Why? Because Kaliya, his descendants belong to Patal Lok. And Brahma also, he is responsible for those who are in Patal Lok. Similarly, Shiv Thakur told Prahlad Maharaj that all those people that I gave blessings to, all these demons, they all, because of them, I have to bear the fruit of their offenses. So this way, in this Tattvagat Vichar, he is always praying for forgiveness. We also see how he helped Jayadrat, how he helped all the other demons like Vrakasu, but there was always a loophole in whatever blessings he gave. So this way we can also see how there is this pastime with Paundur Vasudev and Kashi Naresh. So from Tattvagat Vichar also we see that Shiv Thakur's understanding can be understood more clearly. And then there is Madhurigat Vichar. In Madhurigat Vichar, who is Shiv Thakur? He is always blessing little Krishna. We see how he is Chintaharan Mahadev in Brahmandagat. And then how he is always telling Mother Yashoda, saying if any disturbance comes, you always think of me. Krishna prays to Shiv Thakur to have a son. And then Samba was born from Jambavati. So this is so many different pastimes take place there also in Madhurigat Vichar. And we see that this pastime of Kopeshwar Mahadev that we just heard, where Vaishnavas they were saying also yesterday how Kopeshwar Mahadev manifested. And then how he spoke this Radha Kripa Kataksha Stavaraj. It was Kopeshwar Mahadev who spoke this. And beginning from Ekadashi, how Vishnu and Shiv Thakur they pacified him. So this way, from Madhurigat Vichar also, this can be understood. At the same time, in Madhurigat Vichar, you see that Shiv Thakur, he performs also certain pastimes that are human-like. Like we see in Bhuvaneshwar. In Bhuvaneshwar, we see that there is Lingaraj Mahadev. And there we see that actually the Linga there, he's actually half Vishnu and half Shiva. He's not entirely Shiv Thakur. He's half Vishnu, half Shiva. Just like in Harihara Kshetra, we see how Shiva and there's Vishnu. And there are three cracks between them. And what are those three cracks? Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati are those three cracks separating Vishnu and Shiva there in Harihara Kshetra. Similarly, we can see also here in Lingaraj Mahadev there also, the entire linga is Ambulinga actually, made of water. But there also it is half and half. So how did he appear there? It is said that that entire place of Bhuvaneshwar is very auspicious, that entire place of 40 miles. There is a place there called Rohini Kund, where if anyone has a bath and he will then appear as a 400 Vaikunthavasi. And also we see Nil Madhav is in that area, also Gauri Kund is in that area. So there Parvati Devi, she was very much enchanted by that area. And then what happened? She desired to stay in that place as a Gwalini, as a covered girl, so that she absorbed herself in pastimes of her Prabhu Sri Krishna. So then when she was looking after all the cows that were roaming in that area, she saw that those cows were also very pious. They should bathe the linga there. So when she was looking after that area, two demons, they came, Kriti and Vas. So Kriti and Vas, they were two demoniac brothers. They were very much attracted to Srimati Parvati Devi. So they desired to make her their wife. So then she appealed to Shiv Thakur, saying, look at these two demons. And then Shiv Thakur said, they are very powerful, these two brothers. Now only you can defeat them, not even I. So then Parvati Devi, who is she? In one way she is Maya Devi herself. So then she told these two brothers, I can only marry one of you. So only one of you can marry me. So you can choose amongst yourselves who will desire the most to marry me. So then they started fighting each other so much. Then finally she said, all right, I see that none of you are winning this fight. Therefore both of you carry me on your shoulders and then you can take me across. So when they seated her on their shoulders, she started increasing so much in weight that both of them gradually they became crushed under her weight. And then she came to be known as Bhuvaneshwari. And then Shiv Thakur, he came to be known as Bhuvaneshwar. So that place is to this day it exists, the capital of Odisha, Bhuvaneshwar. So then Parvati Devi, she said that now I'm very tired, please give me some water. So then Shiv Thakur, what did he do? He invited all the pilgrimage places to come and stay in that Sarovar. And then he said, all your pilgrimage places should only give one drop. And then each drop will make one Sarovar, one Bindu. So that place came to be known as Bindu Sarovar. But Srila Gurudev said, all pilgrimage places came there. But did Radha couldn't come? Did Shyam couldn't come? Did Pavan Sarovar come? Did Man Sarovar come? Did Chandra Sarovar come? Prem Sarovar? Never, Gurudev said. They never came, he said. But all the other pilgrimage places came. So this way they all came there. And then what happened? Parvati Devi, her thirst was satisfied there. And she said that anyone who wants to have darshan of Sri Ananta Vasudeva or Sri Lingaraj Mahadev should bathe here and then go for darshan. So this way, Srila Gurudev has spoken of many such pastimes, especially when he was there in that local Shiv temple in that country there. He spoke of some pastimes from Shiv Purana. So therein he said that there was one hunter once. There was one hunter who had one pot, and then he would always climb upon a babe tree, and then he would take aim at his prey and then kill that animal and he would go. So one day there was one deer there. So when the hunter climbed up the tree, some leaves fell on a Shivlinga and some water from his pot, it fell on that linga. So in one way, indirectly, he performed Abhishek. So then he wanted to kill that deer. But the deer said, I have a little baby, so when I feed that baby some milk, I'll come back and then you can kill me. But he said, you're lying. She said, never. If I am lying and if I don't come back, all sin shall be upon me. So then she returned. And then after some time, during the second segment of the day, again he climbed up the tree. And again some water fell from his pot on the Shivlinga, and again some leaves fell. And then the husband came. And then the husband also wanted to kill the husband of that deer. And then the husband said the same thing, saying that my wife and baby, they're there, so I should go back. So then he said, but what if you don't come back? And he said, all sin shall come upon me. So then again the third time, he again climbed up the tree. And again he performed Abhishek of the Linga of Shiv Thakur in the same way. Some water accidentally fell from his pot and some leaves fell there, bay leaves. And then the sister of the family came. And then she said the same thing, that I'll come back. Let me just tell them that it's my time to die now and I'll come back. And then the fourth time, the hunter again climbed up the tree. And again he performed Abhishek of the Linga. And then what happened? The entire family came there. The deer, her husband, her baby and her sister. And they all said, now you can kill us all and eat us, no problem. And then what happened? The Shivlinga burst open and Shiv Thakur, he appeared and he blessed that hunter, saying, now that you have performed Abhishek 4 times, I bless you, he said. And this way the hunter is very happy. So we see how Shiv Thakur really performs. If anyone performs worship indirectly, he's so happy. There was one hunter also, was one Rakshas, who was performing worship of Shiv Thakur, but Shiv Thakur was not happy, he seemed. So then he took one bale fruit and threw it at the linga of Shiv Thakur. And immediately Shiv Thakur, he said, now you offered an entire fruit with such love, therefore I bless you, he said. So this way, if anyone performs any service in any menial way, he's very happy. So then, lastly also, we see how Shiv Thakur, he cheats everyone. Once the demons, the human beings, the Manavs, the Rakshasas and the Devatas, they had one fight, saying, Ramayana is for ourselves, the entire Ramayana. So then they went to Shiv Thakur and they said, now you please give us parts of the Ramayana. And then Shiv Thakur, he said, all right. Out of the Ramayana, if there are 1 lakh shlokas, he said, you can divide 333,000 amongst yourselves. So then how many shlokas remained? 1,000. So then again you divide them, 300. How many remained? 100. Again you divide them, 33. And then how many remains? 1. So one shloka has 8 parts. So 2 parts for each of you. 2 parts for the Devatas, 2 parts for the Rakshasas, 2 parts for the Manavas, and 2 parts for me. And what is that? Rama. This I will not give. Other things you can all take, he said. And this Rama I'll always keep in my heart, he said. So this way he's always cheating everyone also. And we see how Hanuman's pride was also vanquished. We always hear Hanuman breaking the pride of everyone. Hanuman broke the pride of Bhim. Bhim could not even lift the tail of Hanuman. Hanuman broke the pride of Arjuna. Arjuna could not do anything. Hanuman broke the pride of Garuda. But we see when Hanuman's pride was broken. Where? At Rameshwar. There it is said that Sri Ramachandra, he wanted to worship the linga of Shiv Thakur. So then he told Hanuman to bring a linga from Kashi. So then Hanuman immediately went there. But then he saw that the Muhurt, the auspicious time, was passing to perform proper worship of Shiv Thakur. So then what happened? Sita Devi, she made one linga from the sand of Rameshwaram. And she made one very nice linga. And then they performed Abhishek there. But when Hanuman came back, he was very sad to see that his linga was not placed there. Rather, Sita Devi's linga was there. So then Ramchandra, he told Hanuman, all right, if you want, you can put this linga elsewhere and place your linga. So then what did Hanuman do? With his tail, he tried to move that linga that Sita Devi had made. But then what happened? He himself was thrown into the Indian Ocean after that. And then he came and he begged forgiveness. And then he said, but what about the linga that I have bought? So then Ramachandra, he blessed Hanuman and he said that anyone who wants to have darshan of Rameshwar should first come and have darshan of the linga you have bought and then the darshan of the linga that Sita Devi has established. So this way Shiv Thakur, he has innumerable glories, and as we've been hearing from Vaishnavas, how that every sadhak, only if he prays to Shiv Thakur can he receive the blessings of Sri Radha and Krishna, or else it's never possible, because he is the greatest of all Vaishnavas. So I only hope that he can guide us at every point in our lives and that we achieve our goal. Vancha Kalpataru Krishna Kripasindu Vichatapitanam Panam Vishnu
All are in Vrindavan Dham, who think Guru Vaishnava is very lucky, all auspicious occupation, yearly, all time helping for calming, and waiting, who is accepting, who is really, everything is following. Ekagyaman nahi payable Harinam Sankirtan. Alone is not possible. All Vaishnavas Satsanga, which is possible. Not easier, then also by trick, by chance, anyhow following. This is good for us. Spiritual life is auspicious, or family members with his relationship for only their glory is nectar for touching, and after what not only touching, cleaning, purifying, not only they accept him, glorify him, then God is very happy. Oh, my family members, my all sweets, my all utis, you are very sweet, respectful relation, very happy with me. So now, Siva Tattva, very difficult to understand. But Siva is always easily helping. But I am not speaking now. Sometime after, some years after I have left the name, one day definitely speaking about something. But now I am speaking Shiv Thakur words, not my speech. Shiv Thakur telling, Aham Vyakti, Sukha Vyakti, Vaisa Vyakti, Na Vyakti Va. Bhakta, Bhagavata Grajyam, Nacha Buddha, Nacha Tika. Vyasdev writing many shastras. Many things is manifest. This world is bringing and giving gift of everybody. But he say, I know Srimad Bhagavatam and Sukdev know. Vyasdev, no, I don't know. I have doubt. Doubt only? No. He say, he don't know. He has no idea. He has no knowledge. He don't know Bhagavad. Why? Bhagavad is two types of Bhagavad. One is Saptabrahma, Bhagavad Shastra, Bhakti Rasa, Patra. And one is this Bhakta Bhagavad. Bhakti Rasa Shastra, Bhakti Rasa Patra. One Rasa Shastra, Saptabrahma, and Bhakti Rasa Patra, Bhakta Bhagavad. Meanings, he has relation within all Bhakta Bhagavad. He is telling, Sadharma Nishtha Satajanmami Puman, Virincha Tamati Paramimam, Abhakritato Bhagavatam, Vaishnavam, Vibda Galattai. He is telling 100 life, you following the Varnashram Dharma, very nicely, seriously. Then you getting post of Brahma. After Brahma's 100 years, completely, seriously you are following within Bhakti Yoga. Then you getting birth of my post, Siva. But you know, I am following complete my life. Then Vishnu accepting me, then I will be Vaishnava. I am getting this post of Bhagavad, Mahabhagavad. The God person in Bhagavad with his relation. He is Mahajan. Shambhu, Narada Shambhu, Kumara, Kapila Manu, Prahlada, Janaka Bhishma, Bole, Bhaya, Sakir, Bhaya. In Bhagavatamritam, Kumara is going. After Shivloka is came, then Shiv Thakur glorified. I am not great. more than great to me, Prahlad Maharaj. You go Prahlad Maharaj near. He is very special. Continue chanting Harinam. He is tolerant and patient. He is more than great to me. Siva Thakur not glorify oneself. He is glorify Bhakta Bhagavat. Therefore say, I know. Aham Vetti, Vyaso Vetti, no, Sukha Vetti. I know Bhagavat, Vaishnava. Sukha no, Bhagavat or Vaishnava. But Vyas asserts over Jaimini, Poila, Sumanta, Vishampayan, disciples, followers. But their Bhagavat, there is Karma Margo, Gyan Margo, Sakal, Karma Kanda, Gyan Kanda, Sakali Visir Manda, Amrita Boliya Deva Khai, Tar, Jivan, Adopathe Jai. He is many things is creating, many things is establishing, many things, but these things not helpful. Why? No Bhagavat not explaining anything. Srimad Bhagavatam said, what happened? All Bhagavat. First, who is God? Near and dear, close. Who is God? Who is love for God? All glories, Sukadeva Goswami explaining. But back then in Samadhi Yoga, watching everything. But not possible is practicing. He is only Bhagavat. Therefore, big problem. Siva Thakur everything is telling. This is truthful. How getting relation? Siva Thakur giving this relation. Siva Thakur, he know this should relationship for what process. He is continue chanting this holy name of God. One day, Parvati asking, oh Prabhu, today Ekadashi, I am following. Tomorrow morning, early morning, very early, sun rising, then only 1 minute, Brata, Paran for time, only 1 minute. When I am bathing, tilak, mantra, after my everyday rules, what you are, Sankar Sandam, you are disciples and followers, also he is my Guru, your Guru. Then I am reading and praying Vishnu Sahasranam Sutra. What can I do? No time. How? Other Ekadashi will be broken, lost. Everything finished there. Ekadashi gone meanings, then senses will be independent. Senses will be strong. Not following seriously Ekadashi, then you are independent, uncontrolled. Mind restless, then running here and there, giving food and laws, enjoy for everything, facility, will be happy, more fire coming. She knows everything, she is realizing, I am within Siva Thakur, but past life, I am broken Ekadashi. I lost everything, lost my life. Therefore, very serious, Ekadashi, following Prabhupada. Siva Thakur telling, okay, no problem, I say you now. He is saying, Manusyanam Sasisu Kashi Tatati Siddhe. Tatamvi Siddhanam Kasyinmam Bhakti Tattva. Who is Bhakti Tattva? Who is this personality? What personality? That telling Sahasranamnam Punnyanam Tirabhritu Tujat Phalam. Eka Bhritu Krishnasya Namaikam Tat Prajachati. Vishnu's thousand name you chanting, then one time Ram Nam chanting will be equal result. And 3 times Ramanam chanting, 1 time Krishnam chanting will be equal. Krishnam is great to everything. Thousand times Krishnam repeating no necessary. And Ramanam no need. Only Krishnam you chanting 1 time, then is enough. His life is enough. Krishna Sarvakarshaka. He has law of gravitation. Anywhere anybody left and go and distance to him, any country, any state, any patal, any Brahmanda, anywhere, Krishna Nam chanting. Krishna Nam kare sarvapnas, premer karan bhakti karna prakash. Krishna Nam kare sarvapnas. तब जाने अपराध अच्छे प्रचुर कृष्ण बीतता है ना करे उनको everything doing but Krishna not changing. Krishna destroy all types of sins and not अपराध everything giving prema bhakti all praja bhakti. Bhakti meanings bhakti with his relationship, bhakti with his friendship, bhakti with his intimate relationship. I am near to them. They are also close to take me. Bhakti they are distance, bhakti they distance. Bhakti's heart is bhakti. Bhakti sarjate bhakta. Madhurya Gandhi telling Chakur Thakur. There Chakur Thakur, he is praying. Oh, Nirupadi Prem, who is giving? Oh, Praja Prem, Praja Bhakti, one time is Varsana. Pujba Janardhan Maharaj. He is asking, oh, Shiv Thakur giving Praja Prem? Possible? See, as you know my answer. So Chakur Thakur telling, Virat Pushpanjali, our Raghunath Swami telling, Nandishwar, he is there is present. Ashish sir, he is in Brajamandal. Everywhere he is present Krishna Lila for helping. No, all Brajavasi, Bhaktas for his protection, his serving, continuing. Bhaktas with his relation. All Bhakta like him, he like all Bhakta. He cannot like any others. Bhaktas are coming, is near, he is very happy. He is Sanatana Goswami with his very good friendship. He said, Sanatana Goswami, you will never left me. You left me, then I am very sad. You will be with me. Other you, not possible coming my near, I am going you near. He is sending Shiv Thakur Varanasi to his followers in Vrindavan. Go, Sanatana Goswami near. Bhakta near, go. Everything getting bhakti. Therefore Shiv Thakur say, I know Aham Vetmi Sukha Vetmi. I know Bhakta Bhagavat and Karta Bhagavat. Bhagavat Shastra, Bhagavat Bhakti Sapatra. I know. Therefore is being mentioned. All time Harikatha, all time Harikirtan. Continue. But demons, they are, why giving boon? Cheating, quickly go. Like I am in Mathura temple, then early morning, waking, and then after Mangalarti, I am making 20 kilo chapati, nice dal and sabji, sweets, and pure ghee with this nice chapati, very nice. One eating 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2 eating, and then all are running and sleeping and snoring and hiding. The good is very good. You this policy very good. Nobody disturbing them, nobody here. All are run away, eating and sleeping. So Shiv Thakur very clever. All demons are giving poison all time. You drink and be merry. You must take money to these mundane things and you go enjoy. Then no you disturbing for bhakta and bhaktis and devotees. No, otherwise no giving, then they are fighting. No giving me paneer, no giving me rasgulla, every day eating. How much eating? Take you. 2 types sweet, 3 types sweet, 5 types sweets. Too much. Pakoda, paneer. Every day, paneer, 3 now. 3 to come paneer. Eating how much? After demons are taking, and snoring. Wow. Then bhajan for no problem, bhaktis for no problem. One is by butter pot, buffalo. Too much. Fatty and snoring. Day and night. Bus. No problem. Therefore he is cheating in all demon. Therefore he is By God order, Mayavado Masasastram Prachanam Buddham Uchati. Mayado Devi Kalu Brahmana Murtina. Kalijuga, I am coming within Brahmin Murti, Brahman priest, Brahmin body duties, and I am preaching Mayavada Shastra. Prachanam Buddham Uchati. Buddhavadi, Slinnavadi, Nirakarvadi. Aham Brahmasmi, Tattamasi, Soham. Not Soham, Shivoham. Further worshiping, why you know how? Om Namah Shivaya. They tell Rudrashtakam, Rudrabhisek. After some time, what telling? Shivoham. I am Shiva. Then Devi Parvati say yes. She is now naked. Take his sword. Okay. Yesterday, day before, you named Namah Shivaya. That time my son and my husband near you, offering pranam. Now say, I am Shiva. You will be my husband. Come at me. Look at me. Taking sword, cutting the neck, and with the head making garland, and body giving jackal, ghost and witch. So drinking blood, too much, eating this body, jackal. Jackal therefore is waiting, early morning, that's empty. Mantra. When you are cutting your neck and giving body, all are eating. And in neck with it, making mala, garland, and wearing. Why? Very strong. Anybody come and throwing one this skull and then killing all. This is by time bomb. You know? This why program is bomb? This all bomb bole. But don't be worried. Anybody come, you're near and throwing in one skull and killing all. She's naked. She's running fast. So Mayavado Shastro Prachanam Buddham Uchati Mayado Kalu Devi Brahman Murtina. Now this Brahman Murti is his king, Sankaracharya. He is giving all poison. But Bhaktis for what is giving? Bas, nectar. What nectar? Unlimited. What? This Ashtakari Lila. Brajamurti Rose. Prema Bhakti. How giving? That time his soul is Gopishwar. Not Gopishwar, Gopishwar. That time he is in Brajadham. He is Kameshwar, Chakreshwar, Bhuteshwar. He is everywhere. Ishwar Aradhana. How you are coming nearby Ishwar? What is Anartha? How can you crossing this Maya? I am helping. My name is Maya, Bhairanga Shakti. Don't be worried. I am helping. I am carrying you all Anartha, cleaning you, purifying you. Any way I am helping. He is very strong. Very serious. This Bhakti's purpose, I am hearing Udavniya. He is in house. That time childhood. His grandfather with this is going on. That time every day his grandfather complete Gita is memorized. 750 verses is going, batting after coming, up kilometer, 1 kilometer. He is first Ganga water worshipping this Shiv Thakur. And after there is starting this Bhagavad Gita. Sitting there, 1 chapter, 2 chapter, 3 chapter, 4 chapter, they are reading until 12th chapter Gita, Bhakti Yoga is 20 verses. He is speaking and then he is coming there. Shiv Thakur always happy with him. He is saying, as you choose, as you like, I am giving everything. Then he is saying, I like his Harinam Sankirtan. My house never will stop. And I like Mahabhagavad, Goddess Session, Bhakta, Bhagavad. Shiv Thakur very happy. Therefore he is giving gift this Gurudev. This, Dhanchana Tiwari telling all time, everybody is, this is our gift. Why? Childhood to Maharaj appears and then everything is very smooth and very sweet. Or one time telling, this family members is sick. Raining. They are not planting rice. After 1, 2 months, 3 months after they are gone, failed farmhouse, they realize already rice is grown, rice is ready. How much they beginning? So who is planting? Why? There is every day they are distributing Mahaprasadam. Every day there is worshipping Lakshmi Narayan. Kirtan, morning, evening, following Ekadashi. His grandfather, rain, sun, moon, air, wind, winter, summer, every day going Ganga. Gurudev, that time going every day Ganga. Every day learning. And Tulsidas, how is respecting his Siva. Without Siva mercy, cannot get in bhakti. Hanuman is Shiva's soul. He is not different. And there's Shiv Thakur. How is Jivat Anarthas? Jivat Anartha cleaning and stealing is not enough. No Brajaprem Vipadhi, no Brajabhakti, then no relationship, you lost your life. Today, somebody with his love, next, I am getting another with his personal love. Why? What is the reason? No relationship, no attraction. But he is giving this attraction power, Krishna with his Sankarsani, Akarsani Shakti. Brajadham, this Shiv Thakur, continue present. Brahma has doubt. Brajadham, Brahma is stealing cups and all sakas. But Shiv Thakur not doing like this. Not cheating anything, anybody. Many devotees Brajadham, but he not protecting anybody. He not allow anybody, not helping Brajadham. Outside is he helping, but Brajadham, he don't care. Only bhakti, anybody asking, then he is giving bhakti. Therefore the Brajadham, this Shiv Thakur, he is following bhakti, giving bhakti. He not cheating. Other way, he is cheating. So yesterday, this Shivaratri, he is giving this night. What giving? He appears all types of pure bhakti yoga knowledge. Chit Gyan, Sat, Sandhini, Sambit, and Aladin Shukti. All types of knowledge and relation. And not only relation, love for nectar. Never breaking this relation. He is Guru. He is Vaishnavanam Tata Sambhu. He is Mahajan. He is Guru. Therefore, he is not independently taking anything. Without Krishna Prasadam, he is not taking. Without Krishna Charanamrita, he is not accepting. People giving him ganja, bhang, dhatura, this aqua, all useless things is they offering. But they cannot offering Charanamrita. They cannot offering God Mahaprasadam. No Harinam Kirtan. Then what is giving? You giving poison, then back to coming your near. Your nature. You giving dhatura, to coming your near dhatura poison. You giving ganja and bhang, coming your near ganja and bhang. O Mahakal, Ujjain, they every day within plate giving wine. And line by line people waiting this prasadam. First plate with this giving wine and Shivalinga and bathing and showering Shivalinga, journey to going down and they collecting all and they drinking. Bas, this is called Shiva Prasad. Where are they? They are every day early morning, one dead body's ashes bringing and Shiva's linga is all smearing. After 1 hour, also fresh or dead body's ash, meaning not old one, fresh, just no burning, hot ash and smearing. And after 1 hour, then Panchamrita is doing Abhishek. And these ashes with this, all are doing Tripunda. The same Tripudi Vinas. I am getting his Mukti. But Mukti, nothing. After Panchamrita Abhishek, and that time all bhaktas are coming and Hari Kirtan, everything is running. He is Mahakal. He is not ordinary. He is this nonsense people for is Mahakal, Bhairav. Giving poison, eat and drink, be merry. Life is only for this purpose. Nonsense soul, cheating. And bhaktas, he is giving pure bhakti joke, Vrindavan Vas. His kindness with his possible Brajavas, Brajabhakti, Gaur Bhakti, Ram Bhakti. Or you going Jagannath Puri, he is called Panchamahadev. He is Loknath, there is name Jameswar, Nilakanta, like 5 places is present. And Jagannath Rajatra time, Chandranatra time, Loknath himself is coming with his palanquin. He is going with Jagannath Chandra Sarovar. That day, all road is washing with his big chankar. And Loknath is coming with his party. He is welcome for Jagannath. Jagannath coming out, Jagannath going, and he is behind bed, he is with his Sankirtan party too. So this bhakti is for only door is opening, this Shiv Thakur. This Shiv Thakur, one day Naradishi come from Vaikuntha, bringing Chandan and Tulasi. He is giving something in prasadam, this Tulasi Chandan. He is that one taking and dancing. Dancing is like this crazy mad. He is forget everything. Then Parvati is asking, why today you are happy and pleased? He said, today Narada is giving me this Chandan and Tulasi. See, you not give me, you not sharing me. So I forget everything. These things come, I am accepting, I forget everything. And that Shiv Thakur, this Tulasi Chandan is like. Therefore, God Prasadam is continue giving. Lord Jagannath Prasadam, going Loknath, going Jameswar, going Nilkanteswar, going other places. Same to Vrindavan, he is present. He is this Gopi's Charnamrita. Ganga, God Charnamrita, he get back. But he is not happy. Only poison is gone, but not cooling, no nectar. He came in Vrindavan, Nandiswar, Bhaktas, he does the Vyati. But Vrindavan or Jamuna Banko, Jamuna water it is, everybody showering him, bathing. He is very happy. Why? There is all Gopi Charnamrita present. Gopal, everybody Charnamrita. Jamuna is near. That Shiv Thakur is one time desire, telling Vishnu, oh, you have all Swarup. I am watching a meeting. But one Swarup I cannot see. I am hearing. You giving me that Swarup darshan? Say, no need this Swarup darshan. This darshan is not possible in toilets. This Swarup is very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Very other one this is not possible, I show you. Say, no, please, I like this Swarup. One time you showing me your Swarup. I know Bhagavan, Varaha, Kalki, Ram, Parsuram, all avatar I know. All are Leela time, I am present. I am serving you all Leela's time. You accepting me. All Leela, incarnation coming, God, Shiva coming, serving, helping. But this avatar time you not accepting me. So this is not possible. This Leela avatar, very danger. He said, no problem. I like. you please you give me darshan. But again and again requesting. Then he said, okay, you like. Then Shiv Thakur is present. He looking Vishnu disappears. After his one young girl, one lotus staying with his head and with his taking Lila Kamal, this and do this and is playing and eyes with his like his eyebrow up and down and look. And eyes is like his, one is up, one is down, one is this and that. Oh, this serious. Looking, forget everything and running fast. Catching for and missing for, fishing for. Running fast. But he's sometimes this side, sometimes that side, sometimes front of, sometimes doing more art and pose. He is now restless. Running. But behind Parvati, try to control him again and again. But not possible. He not look at Parvati, not look at everybody. After his cloth is lost, he's lost his everything. Snake is gone, but he's running. He don't know I am now naked, he is naked. After his Shambhu Linga also lost. Everything lost. He's lost himself. He melt. And what happened then? His body to Simon is passed. And this burning world. Then somebody, all demigods are what doing? They taking and putting inside Ganga. Ganga is burned. Then they are putting in Himalaya above ice. And there is ice is melted. And there is born Kartikeya. And gold, silver, all minerals is there to appears. This world. A training after this Vishnu. This gold is wearing, then is your last will be finished. Meaning less. Silver helpful. Also eating people this one, silver and gold. Then body becomes strong. Very king and very rich people, the gold essence taking, silver essence taking. Why? This is controlling everything. Mostly wearing this gold and silver. This is his extra. But this is protecting. So this Mohini Rup Darshan after Shiv Thakur, very shy. Say, oh Baba. Mahaprabhu Lila, this Aditya Jasi Sadasiv, his king. Mahaprabhu say, tomorrow I am dancing with the Rukmini. Anybody Jitendriya, controlling sense, they come. Then Mahaprabhu came, evening time, this pose with this dancing, but looking nobody here. Not the one. Why? Shiv Thakur no Baba, past life, how much I am suffering, how much I lost my everything. What doing I am, then I am not going. Then Shiva's Pandit not come, Nagadrishi, she know Mohini Swarup. Everybody know this Mohini Swarup. Therefore nobody come. Then Mahaprabhu say, okay, today anybody come, only for 2 days, night for, there will be Jitendriya. Only one night for, I am giving good. Then all are came. Mahaprabhu, this Mohini Swarup, Lakshmi Swarup with this, he starting his dance. Also no understanding Sochimata, who are he? She. Nobody understanding. They taking lap and giving breast milk, but nobody understanding. They drinking milk, breast, what they doing. They have no understanding. Giving this Brahma Bhakti. How this possible? Mago Lila? There is Rudradeep. Mahaprabhu Sankirtanam. With this, how can meeting? This is starting Sankirtanam. He is Harihar Khetra. There is his present. With his Brahma. Other demigods. Saptasi. There is his starting Sankirtanam. Nishkadev came. He said, oh, Prahlad for disturbing before. Now Gauralila, you start Kirtan, I am with you. Nobody disturbing you. Demons are disturbing. But now, he came Brahma Haridas. They are also disturbance come. But Nishkadev Vishkapalli came. Rudra came. Therefore Mahaprabhu Lila is Sankirtan for never problem come. This Kali-yuga, this Naam Sankirtan for Shiv Thakur, all time helping. This Kirtan for never problem. So this Shivaratri, Siva giving pure knowledge. Who is Bhakta? What is Bhakti? What is Shastra? Bhagavatam? He is giving this definition, explanation of this pure knowledge. Also relationship. Therefore, all are very lucky. This Holy Dham, very sweet friendship or relationship or all are is present one by one. All Guru Varga, they are auspicious all day. Otherwise, alone you stay anywhere, not inspiration. No possible is you glorifying them, hearing, serving, and sweet relationship. Will be Brahma possible, will be Mayavadi possible, Swam possible, but not Bhakti possible. Bhakti really Bhakta. Mahajano Janavato Sumanta. Necessary Mahajana. Our line is very Bhakta. Or with this relationship, communication. This is our very sweet golden opportunity. Gurudev Rupa Sashtakur starting this program. Therefore, Khetrapal Shiv never neglecting anybody. Hating goes to his Tal, Mital, Santal, this Naga, Khasiya, Jayatia, Pahadi, Gunda, Badmas, anybody, Dakait, anybody, thief, come. Shiva says, yes, come. Must be you, will be here with me starting Kirtan. They are dancing. No problem. You drinking bhang and ganja, dancing with me, no harm. One day you will be changed and pure reflection coming. You chanting Nam Sankirtan. He is giving all types of chance, but you do Nam Sankirtan. Therefore in Varanasi, continue giving everybody Nam. Tarak Brahmanam. And Vrindavan, he is giving this Parak Brahma. Krishna Nam Sankirtan. No, Radha Nam Sankirtan. Radhamandal, what chanting? Everybody? Oh, Mahaprabhu saying, Hari Hare Namo Krishna. Telling Hare Hare Govinda Hare. Oh, telling Har Har Mahadev, you stealing, Har. Hara Harati Prasamma. You stealing Anartha. Quickly, I am chanting Harinam, I am dancing, I am singing, I am meeting, I am serving. Please, you stealing. Therefore, telling Har Har Mahadev. Only he is possible, everything very easily, quickly stealing. But therefore, not you thinking about this dogmatic policy. I am doing nonsense things. Only Hari Sankirtan with this, Hari Prasad with this, Gita Bhagavad with this, you will be happy. Therefore, Gurudev telling. Siva's temple, Mahaprabhu gone in South India, all temple is gone. There what starting? Krishna Kirtan. Everybody is giving this nectar. There is happy belly. All are very lucky. This Vrindavan Dham. All Tithi, one by one. This cycle moving all year. All are hearing these glories, their relationship with his God family. One day understanding what is the meanings of God family. God family is hearing grandmother, grandfather, grandsister, grandniece, nephew, uncle, aunt, all many aunts, many aunt call, phone call, use call, less call, I don't know what it is, matter. But here Vaishnavism, all Bhaktas glories. Nice priest, nice program. How lucky all are? Unfortunate, nonsense people, stupid running. But no understanding. Mahajan, then they are praying, then good association. All time flowing this nectar, all Guru Vargas. So tomorrow, Jagannath Maharaj disappears. Also Rasikananda Prabhu, Bhakti Madhava Goswami Maharaj, many tithi. Next coming Amala Ekadashi, Amloka Ekadashi, Gaur Purnima, Navadvip Dham Parikrama, all coming. Then Gurudev inviting everybody. You are like, everybody go do parikrama. I have no tension. I am very happy there. But without Guru Padma, without Vaishnava, very crazy program. Then body it is possible, good, otherwise mind thing. Parikrama never left. Going and under guidance of all Hari Guru Vaishnava. Now, tomorrow, next program. बोलो शिवरात्रि महाशिवरात्रि की जय, शिव ठाकुर की जय, सपरिकर शिव ठाकुर की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय, गुरु परंपरा की जय, अनंत अनंत वैष्णव वृंद की जय, वृंदावन धाम की जय, हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, अनंत अनंत गौड़ीय भक्त वृंद की जय, गो प्रमानंदे।